Gum, I see you're there. You've got three
Yes,
matters. Ms. Gum. So we'll take them independently. First off, case number 23361, Michael Dominguez. Were you able to get notice to him of today's hearing?
I dropped the papers off at the sheriff's office last week.
Right. Did you check back with the sheriff to ask if they served him notice?
Um, they haven't yet.
Okay, so what we did receive was that an Angel Evans was unable to make personal service on Mr. Dominguez. And Angel Evans who's that person? It's an incomplete, hasn't signed off. I don't know who Angel Evans is and didn't sign off on the document, so I can't accept it as an affidavit, but they were unable to give personal service to Mr. Dominguez. Is that someone you know?
No, I dropped it off at the Mason County Sheriff's Office.
Okay. Let's see.
Unless that's one of the deputies, but it wouldn't really make sense if they didn't complete the paperwork. Huh.
I agree. So there's Corporal Rowe, though. All right, as to the Tolliver matter, 23362 is Robert Tolliver is the person. Let's see. We've got something back from a Corporal Rowe. And then I'll look into the other matter here since there's new information, 23363 as to John Dominguez.
Was Anthony not served either? Or
Just
no?
looking, who's Anthony?
Or Robert? He goes by Anthony. Robert Tolliver.
Looking at all the cases together and just see.
Yeah.
Yeah, this Angel. Okay, and so John Dominguez was not served. Angel Evans did finally complete and says with Mason County Sheriff's Office, unable to do personal service, no service attempts, it says. So
No service attempt.
That's what their affidavit says. I don't know what that means, but I take it as they didn't attempt. So, Mr. Tolliver, so on case number 23362, the Robert Tolliver matter, there was a return of service from, let me get back to that. Corporal Rowe, Anthony Robert Tolliver, I see why you're saying that. He was served on 11/16, 4 days ago. A petition and the denial order, and served by Corporal Rowe of Mason County Sheriff's Office. So we have not issued an order on this matter, but Mr. Tolliver was served. Mr. Tolliver is not present at 9:35. And notice at today's hearing, was there any other information that it doesn't look like you filed any additional information after your petition? Is that right?
Yeah, I forgot to add this statement with my packet. Yeah, I forgot to add a statement. Can I give one now?
Well, you sure can, and I've got a packet, all of this information.
Yeah.
So let me put you under oath, Ms. Gum. Raise your right hand.
Right.
Tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
I do. Well, I will.
Oh.
Yes.
What is it that I particularly about Robert Tolliver? No one else but Robert Tolliver.
So I dated Robert's brother, Steve, and so when we split up in 2017, Anthony came to town, and so I have a protection order in place in Mason County, a criminal one that's not being enforced. And so for Steve to be able to tell the sheriff's office that he's not doing it, he got his brother involved, Anthony or Robert. And so Robert has a group of friends that Robert's he's a heroin dealer, and he's
Can you tell recently happened, and then we'll work backwards.
Yeah. So his friends, him and his friends, have been in the parking lot behind my apartment building, and they've been coming into my job. Last November, either Robert or one of his friends that he has doing things for him, sodomized my dog in my car while I was inside working.
slow down.
yeah,
November of 2022 or
yeah.
November this year?
This was of 22, and so
Okay. And
but
why do you
since
think was Robert Tolliver?
because that's what him and his brothers do. They're from a boys ranch down on the border of Mexico and Arizona, and
Anything more recently than last November?
yeah, they've been his friends have been coming into my job, my new job. His friends are coming into my job.
When did Mr. Robert Tolliver come to your job?
Robert's not going to come into my job. Robert's not going to
Okay.
have his face on camera. None of them are going to put their face on camera
So why do you believe Mr. Tolliver is causing all this?
because I can place his brother at the scene of a fire in Mason County. 3 fires actually. There, I got a email from a deputy who's Edward Brock, who's finally going to look into it. I can place Steve Dominguez at 3 fires the day of the fire via his Google Maps location reporting. So his brother, because of that, and because I've been trying to get law enforcement to listen to me, and not that I'm not some nut job, his brothers are terrorizing me and my dogs to try
So
to shut me up.
that was the March 2020 arson that you're talking about?
There was 3 fires in 2017, and then on March 19th of 2020, that was the first arson attempt, and then September 28th of this year was the last one. Somebody poured a gallon of cooking oil under the lid of my stove top, and so I turned the burner on. I could hear oil boiling, and lifted the lid up of the stove, and somebody had filled the cavities under the burners up with cooking oil. And so
yeah,
that
Ms.
was
Gaunt,
that was in September.
this is information that you did write down and provided in all of that information. But unfortunately, this court, without more, and potentially law enforcement would provide it for you, but without more, can't find that Mr. Tolliver, sufficient evidence that he is causing unlawful harassment from what you've provided. So again, I'm denying the request for that order, but continue to work with law enforcement and see.
I have applied for 19 protection orders, 19 of them. How much longer should I work with them, Your Honor? My dog, if you see my dog, he was sodomized in my car.
I'm hearing you.
Sodomized.
I understand what you're
not
saying,
hearing
but
me.
the court has to work on evidence, and unfortunately, we don't have that.
The
I'm not
law
saying it
enforcement,
didn't happen. I'm just saying we don't have the evidence to a legal standard.
that's the problem. So the problem is law enforcement is unwilling to really listen or even get out of their cars. That's the problem, is law enforcement is not willing to enforce the protection order to begin with. If they would have enforced it, then his brother wouldn't have even got involved.
So Ms. Gunn, we've got 2 other matters. I'm denying the Tolliver matter. There just isn't evidence. We have denied the others, but and without further evidence presented, there's not really a basis to issue any orders.
Okay.
But
Right.
if you wanted some more time to serve notice on the Dominguez's, it looks like law enforcement did not make any attempts, at least on one of these, and the other is an insufficient document. Did you want to set those, the Dominguez matters, to another court date or not?
Yes.
Okay, so we'll give you more time to serve those. And so you're gonna have to follow up with, if you believe Mason County is the proper law enforcement agency, talk to them, follow up with them. We'll set a court date today.
I thought me speaking what is happening is evidence. Like what evidence? Like a videotape of, like, I'm not sure what you guys are requiring. You guys are making it impossible for a victim you can't get surveillance of being surveillanced by somebody you're terrified of.
So I'm gonna look at a court date here, Ms. Gum. Hang on, see what you can do about not loading up if you can.
We want surveillance of you being surveillanced by someone you're scared of.
You don't have a 2-week.
You're making it impossible. They modified the laws and they're just impossible still.
There's 4 on it.
Okay, and we're setting from this week to the 4th.
Correct.
Okay. All right. Why don't we set these to the 4th?
You do the 4th or the 11th.
So we're looking at December 4th or December 11th for another hearing where you'd have to talk to the Mason County and see if they could serve notice on the Dominguez's. Which would you like?
So she's filed 19 protective orders. That is crazy. Either she's seeing things that are there, or nothing's happening, or something's happening. But what's funny is that they come into my job, my new job, but oh, Robert hasn't been into my job because he doesn't want his face on camera. So then why don't you bust out your phone and videotape these guys parking in your back lot, or, just something to prove something's happening.
Uh,
The 11th would you get you a little bit more time?
that's fine. Yeah.
All right, so we'll reset
This
those
is the
to
reason
December
why
11th.
Yeah.
We'll
I've been just like
reset the
flipping my
Dominguez
lid because of
matters.
this.
So
19
23,
19 protection orders. 19!
23,
19
361
protection
and
orders.
363 will be set to December
I'm
11th.
suffering all the consequences. My life is in ruins. And you guys sit there, you
Ms.
do
Gum,
nothing.
can you try and pull yourself together? I know this is
No,
difficult.
I'm gonna end up dead. And then you guys are gonna say, well, we didn't realize it was actually happening to her.
Do you have an
It's
email
so
address?
profound. So
We're
profound.
going to email you the service packets, Ms. Gum, for December 11th. And then
And
you
you're gonna
take
do
it from there
nothing.
with the
Nothing's
Dominguez.
gonna be done. Nothing is. It's just a joke. Protection orders are jokes.
So if you choose to follow up, we'll be back December 11th and talk to Mason County.
Yeah, I
that's
don't
it
have
for
video.
today, Ms.
I don't
Gum.
have the evidence that you guys. It's a preponderance.
And that's it
Yeah,
for today, Ms. Gum.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
we'll see you on the 11th if you choose to follow up.
And this is Arkita Latoya Johnson for A0110324 here for Raymond. Is Arkita Latoya Klebs Johnson your true and correct name?
Yes,
Your date of birth is October 10th, 1989.
yes,
Earlier today, we went over your rights at arraignment. Any questions about your rights I wasn't able to answer?
no,
And I've gone over the charge, the maximum penalty, and the mandatory minimum penalty. Would acknowledge you see the complaint, wait for more reading, and ask to plead not guilty.
Plead not guilty will enter. I did find probable cause to detain yesterday. Are you seeking direct appointment?
Yes, we
I
are.
will direct appoint. What is the city's recommendation regarding release?
City seeking bail amount of $2,500, order to surrender firearms, no criminal law violations, and a no contact order protecting the alleged victim in the case. There's the alleged offense here was committed at a time there was an active warrant while she's on sentencing conditions in Kent, and also under sentencing conditions, or excuse me, conditions of release in the King County Superior Court, where it appears that she had a out of custody competency evaluation pending. And now she's before the court before that was completed on new violent charges. And so I believe that there is a safety risk here and unlikely to appear or abide by conditions of release.
Any objection?
Your Honor, Ms. Johnson's hoping the court releases her. She's indicated she does have a place to live that won't put her in violation of the no contact order, does not need a civil standby. She does not possess any firearms and can sign a declaration to that effect. She's indicated she would show up for her court dates.
I'm going to follow the city's recommendation. I can scroll through Ms. Johnson's warrant activity. There's so much of it.
not a warrant.
You've been active. Pardon?
How's it a warrant if I have court on the 21st warrant?
But you have warrants on almost all your cases. At some point, I mean, as a evidence of a history of not failing to appear for court.
No, I have court on the 21st for that case in Kent.
I think that's
I understand that.
So how's it a warrant?
the Kent Municipal Court is the warrant. Your court date on
I
the
don't
20th.
have any other charge. I don't have any other cases with it.
But you do, it's Kent Municipal Court. You're on review. You missed a review hearing, it looks like.
Yeah, and it's scheduled for the 21st.
The King County Superior Court is scheduled for the 21st.
This is Kent Municipal Court.
I don't have a charge for Kent Municipal Court.
I'm not going to argue with you, ma'am. I can see it. Your conditions of your release on this case are that you attend all future court appearances, have no new criminal law violations, update your address with the court and DOL immediately if there are any changes. And the address we have on file is on Southwest 148th Street. Is that still a good mailing address?
Yeah.
And have no contact with Donovan Brown. And I'm going to go over that no contact order with you in a minute. Do not own or possess any firearms. Do you own any firearms, ma'am?
No.
I am signing an order to surrender. So at this point, you are not eligible to possess a firearm. When would you like to set this over to, Mr. Iannetti?
Not later this week.
Maybe
need to-
Wednesday or Thursday would work.
Let's do Thursday. I need to figure out some information from her county.
Okay.
So which is not released.
Bail is $2,500.
So I'm not getting released today.
No. Oh, shoot. Did it delete everything? No, but we'll hear your case on Thursday.
Then this lady gets mad because she's not getting released today. Well, you know, you have warrants on all your cases. And also, like, I would never have the balls to disrespect a judge. Ever. So I don't know where these people come off disrespecting the judge.
Wait, I'm not done with your hearing, ma'am. I'm not done. Officer, we're not done.
I think he's putting it back through the,
Okay.
What?
We're not quite done, Ms. Johnson. I want to go over the no contact order with you.
What? Yeah. Then you fucking I'm not being released today, so what the fuck I need to go over a fucking no contact.
Ms. Johnson, please watch your language. You are in court. So under the terms of this no contact order, you cannot have any contact at all with Donivine or Donovan. I'm not sure how you say his name, Brown. This is this court's no contact order. It is not Mr. Brown's no contact order. He cannot give you permission to have contact. It would still be a violation. No contact means absolutely no contact. No text messages, social media, passing message through a friend, no phone calls from jail. This order will stay in full force and effect until lifted or modified by this court. Violating this order is not only a violation of your conditions of release, it's a whole nother crime. So it's very important that you abide by this no contact order. And under the terms of this, you must stay at least 1,000 feet away from him, his workplace, residence. All right, thank you.
So what happened to turn to release?
I've already made that decision. Bail is $2,500.
I'm talking to my attorney, not you.
the court just answered the question. She set bail. And I'll come and talk to you before your next court date.
Are you Carrie Haney?
Yes.
You come in as Grinch 74. That means there were 73 Grinches before you.
And she thinks it's funny that her name is Grinch 74. And I like the judge's joke, so there must have been 73 before you. That's funny. But yeah, so she's delusional. She believes her rent should be $0. So, enjoy.
When you come into court, you might want to consider what you come in named as. I had terrible experience last year. But I'm a little better at it than I was. I also have a telephone number. I'm not sure who that is. Anyway, let's call this case. It's entitled Riverside Townhouses versus Carrie Haney. Carrie Haney has filed a motion for temporary relief from judgment and an ex parte order to stay proceedings. Rather than issue the order ex parte, I set it for hearing on short notice. I've been on vacation for 2 weeks, but I was in here last Tuesday. And last Tuesday, I asked the clerk to set the matter for hearing this afternoon, and she squeezed it in here. Sumchit Hart is here on behalf of Riverside, and their new manager, Lori Casino, is here. This matter goes all the way back to April or March, but we had a hearing on May 16th. Amy Lucas was here from Keystone. They were working on having a check. We were here again on June 17th, and we made a finding that the rent due was $3,903.61. We did a judgment which was due June 27th. Now here we are on the 25th of July. Ms. Casino,
Yes.
has Riverside received any money from Keystone?
Not that
You broke up. You've received no money from Keystone?
no, we have not.
I emailed Keystone and asked them to join the hearing a while ago, and I haven't heard from them. So someone assisted you, Ms. Haney, with filing this pleading Who helped you? Legal aid?
No, I did it online, but my SERA application is still processing, it says.
According to who?
On my, when I go and check the status of it,
Have you talked to anybody?
I just got the email with the phone number this weekend, so I was gonna call today.
Well, all right. Ms. Hart, what's your position here?
Your Honor, we would object to any additional time given to Ms. Haney. The judgment was after a hearing, Your Honor, and the time has lapsed, not only for her to pay and stay there, but she didn't file the motion until the 29th. There is no defense to setting aside the judgment. It's been more than 30 days since the application for SERA. We'd asked for the judgment to stand, Your Honor.
Ms. Haney,
Yes.
let's pretend we're in a court hearing and you're talking to me rather than whoever is in the room there with you. They want you to move today. They're ready to do an eviction tomorrow. And they're asking that I don't grant your stay. They asked
Just
that
don't.
there be-
See?
Let him talk. I'm sorry, what do you want me to know?
I just got another thing in the mail from Riverside, last week sometime, that I had on 30 days or something like that. And then I owed another $2,900 and something dollars. It wasn't even like the same amount that I got originally.
Well, it goes up as months pass. So
But it
let's back
shouldn't
up.
go up though, because my rent should be zero. That's what I'm not understanding, why it keeps adding up if I don't pay rent.
Your rent was $765 per month, due on the first of each month.
Nobody ever told me that my rent was that amount. When I first moved in here, it was
I told you
$88.
that in court. Apparently you didn't recertify or something, but we had a hearing. You were here.
Yes.
We
And then
had the first hearing, just a minute, we had the first hearing May 17th. I adjourned it for 30 days from May 17th to June 17th, 31 days.
Yes.
And we had a hearing at that time, and I made a finding that you owed $3,903.61 by June 27th, or you were subject to being evicted. You were there. I explained all the circumstances to you.
And I
You
understand.
haven't paid, and Keystone hasn't paid. So they were ready to evict you. And then you asked for this order to stay it, which has been an additional month. And they're asking that I deny your motion and sign the writ of eviction. I have it here in front of me.
Well, it says that if my SERA app was still in processing, I could do that.
Who says that?
The law thing that I pulled up on the thing. That's why I filled out the application.
Well, all right. Well, for one thing, I don't have any proof that your SERA application is in processing.
I can send you a screenshot.
Well, you haven't filed anything and you haven't talked to anybody. All you've done is check your email.
I did file something with Riverside.
I adjourned the matter once, 30 days, which you're entitled, I am entitled to you're not entitled to 30, well, you had it. You had it from June 27th or May 7th, May 16th to June 17th. We already adjourned it for 30 days. And
he just keeps saying the same thing.
They're asking that I immediately grant the eviction, which is pretty heavy stuff.
Being that they let people run around here breaking out, and I've got 4 kids, but they'll let stay in here that destroy their apartments. That makes no sense. Because the girl didn't like me, so she kept pushing and pushing and pushing on me. That's bull. I went and I went and re-signed a new lease like a week after the first time they sent me a court paper. I went and filed it or signed it. I don't know why they don't have it. I don't know what happened to it, but I signed it. I sat down there for like an hour signing papers. And at that point, my rent should have been $0. But they just kept adding it on and adding it on. And she kept putting stuff on my door and putting stuff on my door. I don't understand how it was that amount.
Your rent isn't 0. And that wasn't raised at the earlier hearings.
But it should be 0.
And they haven't paid your rent. And the landlord wants you to move.
Because it's processing. I can't speed it up.
You haven't filed anything that says it's in processing.
I did.
Let me see.
The last court date we had, it was in processing. She pulled it up and said that they would try to push it through. So I did.
That was on June 17th. Well, they didn't.
Yeah.
They haven't paid it.
And it is still processing. I can't do anything about it.
Well, neither can they. You haven't paid your rent. So you're saying, well, someone else is supposed to pay my rent. Well, they haven't paid it.
I'm not saying someone else. I'm saying the application that I applied for, I can't push it through any further. I can't jump to the government and make them push it through.
Yeah,
I can't. This is bull. She was just on here with us the last time and told them she would try to push it through. That's not my fault.
Ms. Hart, are you willing to give 10 days?
Your Honor, this case has been ongoing since April. That's not amendable to the complex. She's, as you can see, very combative. We would just want
the one time. I've been on these calls for freaking 4 different times and I've been fine because I'm tired. I'm tired of it. They've been picking and picking at me.
Calm down. I'm sorry that this is the way it is.
The whole time, and they don't let me talk every time.
This wasn't my idea, but you're not paying your rent. You're asking the government to pay your rent. The government hasn't paid it. I don't know why they haven't paid it, but they have not.
It's still in processing. I cannot speed up the processing. It's not up to me. Marvin, stop! You're not making it better for me.
Who's there with you?
I have tried and tried and tried. I've applied for stuff. I filled stuff out on the computer.
All right,
I've gone through everything they told me to go through.
Well, they didn't pay your rent. And for that, I'm sorry.
Processing.
All right, this is going to be very unpleasant. Keystone has not responded to them.
And
They
I
haven't
tried
responded
to communicate, but this girl up here that they had as the manager didn't like me. She refused to talk to me every time I tried.
Your motion for ex parte order to stay the eviction is denied. What you effectively got is a 1-month stay from June 27th to July 25th. But I've signed the writ of eviction. They're not even willing to give you any additional time. So they could start tomorrow with evicting you. So they want you to go, and they want you to go immediately, and I don't like that much.
I have 4 kids. Like, I can't just go.
I would immediately contact Keystone, even if they probably won't accept Keystone's payment because they want you to move.
But they have druggies out here breaking out windows. That's cute.
Is he there?
He is there. He's just turned his video off.
I'm there. I'm here.
Your Honor, listen. It's a bench warrant. It's a bench warrant on a case on somebody's been arraigned. We do not represent them. However, it's an Odette case. So all we're asking you to do today is give her a date to go in front of Judge Odette, and then she can tell Judge Odette why it was she didn't show up. And I want her to understand this, our group does not represent bench warrants if it's after arraignment. If it's prior to arraignment, then we do. So we just need a new date in front of Odette. Actually, they have a form in there saying she should appear July 28th at 8:30 in front of Judge Odette.
What kind of case is it, and what's the bond that Judge Odette asked for?
It's a,
I'm sorry, are we gonna go on the record on this, or what are we doing?
I guess we probably
it's
could.
an MDOP, Judge.
Oh, boy. I need to see that file.
It's not what she wants.
If he was sitting here on the bench, he'd have that file in front of him right now.
Yeah, he needs to see the file.
She doesn't have a choice on whether the judge sees the file.
I will,
She's bringing it into you right now. Lynn's on her way.
thank you.
She's the only walk-in though, so if you want to finish this, then we'd be off the record.
Okay. This is People of Mundy Township versus Simone Patrice Poplar. The charge is malicious destruction of property. Let me swear you in. Raise your right hand. You solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give is the truth to the best of your knowledge, understanding, and belief.
Yes.
What is your full legal name?
Simone Patrice Poplar.
Okay. Mr. Wheaton, I was told by staff that Mr. Skinner did talk to her.
Yes, he did. But I'm telling you, and I'm letting her know, this program that we are on here, we do not represent bench warrants unless it's pre-arraignment. Now, he talked to her out of courtesy because she was here. But all she needs to do is, and actually it's a Judge Odette court. So all that we need to do today is get a date, which is already in the file, have her go to Judge Odette, and then she has to go in and let him know why she didn't show up.
Yes, I understand.
So, I mean, at this point, I will, in her behalf, ask the court to go ahead and set that date. And she can go on that date and deal with this in front of Judge Odette. There's absolutely no reason to think she isn't going to show up. She voluntarily came in here today. So there's no reason to do anything more than just give her the new date and let her go. And if she doesn't show up on that date, then she'll have to deal with Judge Odette on that.
Does she have $250? Because that would wrap the case up. Because she was given one of those alternate sentences, 250 or 45 days.
Yeah, 250 on you today.
Your Honor, I do not have 250 on me today. That I got arrested for that. Like I want to say in May, and I paid $300 and something that day to get out. I've been arrested on this a couple times and paid to get out. It's the matter of this happened during COVID, and it just got mixed up during COVID. So I'm handling it now.
Is Judge Odette in the building?
Judge Odette, what?
Is he in the building today?
I wouldn't have the slightest idea, but I doubt it.
The date for the appearance for the show cause is going to be July 28th, 2022 at 8:30 in the morning. I'm going to set the bond at $250 at 10%.
Your Honor, I believe Judge Odette might be here because he had these pre-trials that starting at 1 o'clock.
Well, if
That's why I'm not going to reach anybody by phone then.
So what you just might want to send her down to Judge Odette.
Your Honor, I can, if you can give me till Friday, I can come and make that payment Friday. But as of today, I don't have any money.
I'm going to send the file to Judge Odette. It's his case, only because
Well,
I'm
this is
I'm
not
on duty.
about you, whether you have time. You
When
can either-
I called for this warrant and they told me all I had to do was come in and they would give me a date to come to court to talk to Judge Odette.
That's what we just, why, if you want to, you can go down there right now if he's here and take care of
I'd rather come back with someone. I'd rather come with someone and see Judge Odette. I'd rather have someone with me to come back and see Judge Odette.
Well,
Instead of today. Today, I was told I would just get an arraignment and I would get a date. I specifically called up here for this.
you have $25. Do you have $25?
No, I don't have anything. My bank account is overdrawn. I have to go to Southfield for work. My bank account is overdrawn. I do not get paid until Friday. I just came because I cannot be driving with a warrant on my name.
The only bench warrant you've had on this case? Let me look. No, wait a minute. Okay, let me look at this. Okay, she got sentenced. It's a 2017 case. She got sentenced October 1st, 2019 to pay $834, it looks like. She had to make restitution, some malicious destruction of property. So she had to make restitution. So they set a show cause for April 20th of 2020. So apparently on April 20th, she got it adjourned to June 2nd, 2020. And then it got adjourned again to July 28th, 2020. So she didn't show up on July 28th, 2020. So,
Your Honor, may I add that was during COVID? The court
excuse me, I'm in the middle of
not
talking.
open.
Excuse me, I'm in the middle of speaking.
I'm
Okay?
sorry. Yes.
She did not show up on July 28th, 2020. So apparently the judge issued the first bench warrant. She apparently got picked up sometime around April because she posted a bond. The bond was for $250. They applied that bond to the restitution fee. So they set another show cause she had when she posted her bond. She was to appear for May 24th, 2022 for a show cause. It says defendant to appear if fines and restitution not paid in full. So that's when she was supposed to come back on May 24th of this year. And apparently she did not. And now we have a bench warrant. So ma'am, you already lost a bond because you didn't show up the next time. I don't,
Told me that I can just pay the fine and the thing will be over with. I have to, that's over $1,000.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you were
so-
told, wait, you were told you could pay the fine before that May 24th date, and apparently you didn't.
I didn't have the money, Your Honor. I don't have the money. If I had the money, I would have been paid it and got it off of me. That's why I'm going to start making payments. That's why I came today to get the warrant and start making payments to get that off because I cannot afford to keep getting arrested and paying all that money to get out of jail. I can't afford that. I'm trying to make this right. All of this happened during COVID. I lost my father during COVID. I lost my best friend during COVID.
Right, well, it's a 2017
COVID. Why can't you just give the woman a PR bond and let her get in front of Judge Odette? It's his case. Let him deal with it.
Then she should go over there now and let him deal with it.
Have $25. Are you gonna put her in jail over $25?
It's $250. That's what the warrant says.
You
She didn't show up.
10%.
Listen.
She doesn't have the 10%.
I mean, this is not a scab that should be picked at, because I'm looking now and seeing as she blew off sentencing in 17, got a bench warrant then.
I spent time in jail for all of that, Your Honor. I've been to jail for this 3 times. I had been to jail for this. I did 20 days for this.
Yeah, but you owe, listen, whatever property you destroy.
And that's when they gave me the big fine. I wasn't able to pay the fine. I don't have $1,000.
Like they applied the money that you posted on that bond towards restitution of whatever you destroy.
No, they're not, because I'm sorry, they're still saying that I owe. If they are applying it, they're still saying that I owe the same amount. It's even more now than then. It was 800 and something then. It's over 1,000 and something now.
I don't see that it says 1,000. The warrant says 250 or 45 days. That $250 bond you posted. You posted a $250 bond in April. They applied it. It says right on here, they applied it to restitution.
Well, it's still saying that I owe over $1,000 and something dollars. The last paperwork that I saw.
Judge, the total amount due on the case now, the balance due is $1,097.
Well, let me see what this was about.
The restitution amount was $784, and the rest is fines, costs, and probably late fees. Oh, and she had probation, so there's probation oversight fees in there.
I think she was supposed to be paying monthly on that.
At the time, I wasn't working and COVID happened. In 2020, COVID happened. I was not working. I had to pay for my father's funeral. And on top of that, Your Honor, I got evicted from my apartment. It's like a lot been going on since that time. That was a long time ago, 2017. And I thought this was over with until I had that last warrant and they picked me up because I hadn't heard any more about it and not even about the probation or anything. So then when I got the last warrant, I couldn't get time off of work because I spent time in jail for that. They took me I got in a car accident. I had a warrant for this and I did 3 days in jail. So my job wouldn't give me any time off. So I couldn't make that one. So I said, I'll turn myself in. I called and they told me to come and turn myself in and I would get a date and I could make payment. They told me to make sure I make payments before or try to pay it off before the next court date. And that was my plan.
It looks like you slashed somebody's tire.
Your Honor, that was in 2017. I am a saved woman. I really don't want to bring that type of stuff back up. I'm going to pay my fines and costs, and I will pray that this is left behind me. Please.
Let me ask you a question.
Bring that flashing tire up. Lord, help me, Jesus. You're bringing old wounds back to me. Now, please deal with Judge Odette. Please, Your Honor.
I think you need to go around and see him because you know what? This is his case. The fact of the matter is, you should make these arguments to him because the fact is.
Yeah, I think I should.
Excuse me. I'm talking now. I'm talking now.
I'm sorry.
I'm talking now. The fact is, somebody has had to wait 5 years. They still haven't gotten paid back for their tire. And that's not right. That's just not right.
Your Honor, I didn't even slash that tire though. You don't even really know what happened with that whole ordeal, and I was kept going to court for that. And so I just said, you know what? I will pay it. And you're giving me anxiety right now, Your Honor. Please.
Ma'am, you know what? I don't know what to tell you. Go see Judge Odette. Either that or you pay the $25 bond that I wrote on here. Okay, that's where we're at.
Where do I go?
Down on the other side, just go out to the hallway, go all the way down to take a sharp left, get to the first courtroom.
So if I pay, if somebody bring me $25, do I still go to court on the 27th?
Yes.
How does?
Yes. But if you really want to be, if you really want to be done with it, maybe you should have somebody bring $250 and the file will get closed.
I don't have anyone to bring me $250, Your Honor. I asked if someone brought me $25 up here right now. Do I still go to court on the 27th?
Yes, you'd have to go to court on the 27th. Or whatever that date is.
I'm gonna call someone to bring me the $25 because when I go see,
she pay the $25?
It's the 28th, by the way. It's the 28th.
Judge, wait, I'm sorry. You keep going back and forth between saying for her to see Judge Odette now and then just wait until next week. Are you wanting her to see Judge Odette now?
No, he said I can pay the $25 now.
She's got two
and
choices.
see him on the 28th.
She's got a choice of two things. She can go see Judge Odette now to see if he will release her on her own recognizance without posting anything, or she can, I'm setting the bond at 10% of the $250. She can pay $25, post that, and come back and see Judge Odette on July 28th at 8:30 for the show cause. Quite frankly,
All right, here's what I
There's a-
think, if I may interject here and we can wrap this up. She is going to call and try to get $25 brought down to her. Does she pay that money at the clerk's office? Well, that's what we'll do then. You can give her the appropriate paperwork and we'll be done at this point.
now understand that if it doesn't get posted today, and don't they close at 4 o'clock? What time do they close?
They close at 4 o'clock and it's 3:42 now.
Well, you don't have a lot of time. Is there still an ATM machine out there?
I don't know, Judge.
Yes,
I don't
there
go
is.
out that
Yes,
way.
there is. I use it.
Okay,
Lynn
well,
says there is.
Do you have an ATM card?
I have a credit card that I don't want to use it. I'm over my limit, but I will use it.
I would if I were you. Okay, somebody needs to get this, that's what I'm gonna do.
Now my credit don't go down because I ain't even got the money on here.
Ma'am, go to the clerk's office right now if you got a credit card.
Just a moment. Get the file before she can go over there.
Paperwork, and you just put it on your card and then show up at Odette's on the 28th. All right, Sabrina,
Well, okay, so what, if she's saying that she's gonna try to use a card that's already at or over its limit, what if it
Well,
rejects?
No, I got money. I'm over my credit card limit. I have money on there.
It'll still let you use it?
I wouldn't have said it would.
You know, I'm
Yeah,
I'm asking for your own,
yeah,
you know, I'm
yeah,
not
it's just
saying,
gonna affect my credit.
okay,
That's the issue.
all right.
okay, so she'll be able to pay the $25 for it.
Okay, well, I will go with you to the clerk's office.